There is a maxim of statutory interpretation called Expressio Unius est Exclusio Alterius, which means where something is clearly expressed, the alternatives are impliedly excluded. It's a tricky one to understand, and I went looking for its origins. The origins seem to be lost to us, but I found this interesting 18th century example. Back then, before modern social security systems, poor people in England could turn to crime, which many of them did, or they could throw themselves on the charity of their local church parish under the poor laws. This meant, however, that each parish had to be responsible for its own poor, and that in turn locked the lower classes into their residence, because if they moved to another parish, that parish would not be responsible for them. In this case, a family who were originally from the town of Patching in Sussex had moved to the parish of Storrington and then fallen on hard times. The justices at Storrington signed an order that the father, the mother, and the two younger children should be returned to Patching. The order didn't include their 14-year-old son because he was working as a day labourer and therefore supporting himself. The parish of Patching then sent the family back with a certificate that if they were unable to support themselves, Patching would be responsible for them. Again, the certificate didn't include the 14-year-old son. Fast forward a couple of decades and the 14-year-old son, now 34, has himself fallen on hard times. Storrington and Patching argued about which parish was responsible. Storrington argued that even though he wasn't actually mentioned in Patching's certificate, usually a certificate issued to the head of the family would include all the children. Patching said that because he wasn't mentioned on the certificate and everyone else was, the certificate didn't apply to him. Lord Kenyon said that the certificate was not conceived in general terms, but after mentioning the father and the mother, it goes on to specify the two younger children, omitting the pauper who was the eldest, and it is a known maxim, Expressio Unius est Exclusio Alterius. So in this case, because the certificate covering the family had mentioned every family member other than the 14-year-old, he had never been certified by Patching in the first place, and he was definitely now Storrington's problem.